Hey plugin heads, it's Stu here from Audio Plugin Guy, and I'm whispering because the baby is asleep again, and I don't have a monitor this time, and I really don't want him to wake up. Hopefully he can't hear me because the door's shut and he sleeps quite well. But anyway, I'm trying to keep it down a little bit, okay? Just so don't wake the baby. How you doing? Yeah, this is the weekly video that I do for you, and it's evolving into different things, but it mainly includes the top 5 deals of the week that we'll get to later, the free plugins report that we'll get to later, which is all the latest free plugins and things to cross the APG radar, or the plugindeals.net radar, and also like have a exclusive coupon for you if I've managed to get myself together and sort one out, and also just generally have a bit of a chat about some kind of subject that comes to my mind. All right, so that's what we're going to start with. That was in reverse order there. I didn't really do that on purpose, but yeah, we're going to do all of that stuff backwards. So we're going to start with conversation topic, or engagement bait, as you might want to call it. So this is the thing where I am going to ask you a question. And my question for you is, are you a cheat? Are you cheating? You dirty little cheater, are you? Are you cheating? And I ask you this question because music today, technology today, you can do so much stuff that you couldn't do before, and you can really go from like the very basic, what people imagine like hundreds of years ago they used to actually just play real instruments and record them with a microphone onto tape, and then somehow bring all that together to make music, and it was amazing. And then as we've gone on through time, like instead of tape you've got like digital recording things, and then people have realized that instead of like just your drums that you've recorded, you can maybe add some sampled drums in there, some pre-recorded drums that sound a little bit better than the ones you managed to catch in your studio, and you can make that sound a bit better. And there's a whole load of like pretty much every rock track in the 90s or whatever has got the same drum and snare samples going on, apparently. I don't know, something like that. And then you got all the way to fast forward to today, when you've got all this like AI software and MIDI packs. Oh, don't get me started on MIDI packs. You've got MIDI generation software, you've got samples, you've got amazing drum machines that sound like real drums, like Superior Drummer and stuff like that. I was playing with something, what was it, Symphonic AI, which is really, you just play chords and it like creates a whole kind of symphonic masterpiece around your chords. So I mean, if you plug one of these chord generators into that, you just sit back and don't do anything, and that music. So somewhere between miking up a full band and recording them and holding down a button and everything just happening for you, where do you consider it to be cheating? If you consider it to be cheating at all, or is it all valid? Or is none of it valid? So my question for you, let's discuss this. At what point do you think you're not really a musician anymore? You're not really a producer, you're not really whatever, you're just cheating, you're just pushing buttons. Come on. And because I'll tell you where I sit. I've always loved writing music, and I got into recording music with like a 4-track and all that stuff, but also programming around about the same time with my first computers, the old Amigas and things like that. So I was recording, for a time I was recording and I was doing drums with samples because I didn't have the access to a real drummer, the stuff that you need to record a real drummer in any sort of useful way. And I was taking it to my friend's little underground studio he had in his basement, and jamming out playing real guitars, and I was miking up the guitars and I was singing and doing all that stuff with mics, and then taking it back home again and mixing it all in Logic. And so it was like a ridiculous process, and I hated the drums. I always hated the drums. I also used them with my 4-track, and it was always the thing that I always hated was that I was using these kind of sampled drum loops that I was making. Not even drum loops, I was writing the loops with drum samples, individual hits, and they always sounded like trash, and I hated that. And then now I'm in this kind of place which is like a dream come true to me 10 years ago, where I have Superior Drummer with a bunch of add-ons. I've got these amazing amp sims like Neural DSP and people like that, and I can sit here in my room without an amp or a mic. I mean, I do have a mic because I like to record my vocals, but until I get to that point, I can do everything in the box by plugging into my interface and tapping away and dragging in MIDI grooves and all this kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I am cheating, but I am creating way more than I used to be able to. And I'm creating stuff that doesn't sound bad, in my opinion. It doesn't sound electronic, which is something I always hated, something I could never quite achieve before. But with that combination of superior drummer and some of the great amp sims we have now, plus like a few years extra mixing and performance songwriting experience, I'm making stuff that I'm really happy with. And yeah, technically I'm cheating a bit because I don't have a drum kit here. I don't know how to mic up a drum kit. I don't know really how to mic up an amp. I don't have the time to try all the different mic positions and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a million miles away from a guy in a professional studio doing a great job. Yet here I am, and I'm happy with it. So where do you sit? Where do you sit on the scale? And what do you think about it? Tell me in the comments. Let's talk about this. Are you cheating? What do you think I'm cheating? Is everyone cheating, or is no one cheating? Does it even matter? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. That is the engagement bit for this week, and I've rambled on about it way too long already, so let's quickly just say that we have an exclusive coupon, which is from last week, and this is to get a synth called SynMad from a company called New Softing, and with a 30% discount, and that is with the code APG2weeks30. I'll put it on the screen and in the description so you can just copy paste it. And yeah, that's a kind of nutty little synth that does interesting stuff, from the wild and adventurous experimental sounds all the way to just nice usable synthesizer things. So yeah, check it out, check out the demo, check out the review, and pick it up with a 30% discount until September the 18th, which is my mum's birthday, in case you were wondering. So yeah, that is the engagement bait. That is this week's coupon. And the baby still isn't awake, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly get over to Deals of the Week. Alright, so Deals of the Week, this is based on a poll that we hold in our Facebook group, and our Facebook group has over 47,000 members in it now, and every week we put it out there for everyone to submit and vote on what they think the best offers are that week, and that includes deals, discounts, coupons, freebies as well. As you'll see, we've got one or two this week, and everyone has a vote, and people add and have a little conversation about it, and then I write it up on a Friday, which is where we are now. So shall we have a look? Shall we have a see what we've got in our deals of the week this week, which is week that's not a word, week 36, September the 10th. Autumn is sort of basically upon us. We're getting nice Indian summer here. No, I'm just shut up about the weather, Stu. Come on, let's do the deals of the week. Okay, number one is a return from the supposed grave, but no, they're back. Variety of Sound, who have been known for some of their great free plugins that were unfortunately all 32-bit, so no one was using them anymore because everyone's 64-bit now, and loads of things don't even support 32-bit. They come back and made stuff 64-bit. So the first one we've got is their probably most popular free plugin, FerricTDS, which I remember from my first sort of foray into plugins and grabbing all the freebies like you do, filling up your hard drive with every freebie you can find. And this was one that I did use. I liked it. It adds a bit of that tape, warmth, saturation, that kind of thing, and it's been updated so you can now use it as VST 64-bit in your DAW, and that has made it to the top of the list with quite a few votes this week. So yeah, immediately just go and pick that up if you want to add a little bit of taste, a little bit of flavour, a little bit of warmth and all that to your mix. Right, and number two is week in the charts, but slipped down one position. So it's not number one this week, even though it was for a record-breaking 3 or 4 weeks already. The IK Multimedia 25th anniversary group buy, and if you haven't seen this already, where have you been? This is the deal with IK Multimedia where you can join the group buy. You have to buy one product, and then you can get a number of other products of equal or lesser value for free. And the more people who join the group buy, the more free plugins you get. So for every 1,000 people who've joined the group buy, they added another free plugin. Now this is great for everyone. Like IK are obviously making a killing because they are now up to 14 free plugins. So that means maths is something that I'm not that good at anymore, but either it's 14,000 or 13,000, I'm not sure. I guess the first, did they start with one freebie and go up one every 1,000 after that, in which case that would be 13,000. So at least 13,000 people have bought one plugin each, and their plugins, they cost, you're talking a couple of £100 probably, so 14,000 times 200 is a nice big number for them. For the rest of us, we can now pick up 14 free plugins of equal or lesser value when we buy one, which is just Crazy. And the only reason I'm not doing it is because I did it in the last one and picked up pretty much every plugin they had that I wanted anyway. So they don't even have 14 plugins I need anymore. I've already got them. But if you haven't, check it out. There's loads of stuff there, mixing, mastering stuff. There is amps, back to amp sims again, so you can cheat and not use an amp. And they've got, I'll tell you what I actually use a lot is Modo Bass. That is their bass. It's actually it's not recorded. Again, I'm cheating because I don't play the bass. I don't even record the bass. I just write it in Modo Bass. I'm such a cheat, it's terrible. But anyway, and that's great, and Modo Drum and all these kind of things. So yeah, check that out. Pick up 14 free plugins. So you might have to splash out a couple hundred quid, 200 or 300 quid to get one, but the value you get back on that with all those freebies is incredible, and that's why it's been in the top 5 for 5 weeks now. So number 3 is a new one. This is a favorite, the AAS Objeq Delay. This is a cool delay plugin that also uses this kind of like object. Oh crap, what's the word for it? Oh, I've forgotten the word for this kind of synthesis. It's like when you... Oh, does it say? Maybe it's in the description. Acoustic filtering? Oh yeah, we'll say acoustic filtering. That's not the right word. But it adds a tonal aspect to the delay, which can even just sound like a completely different sound, which is great for sound design and stuff like that. There is a review, an Audio Plugin Guide review with a demo that I did quite a while ago. It's not a new plugin, but it is currently going for $10. Which is a lovely price for a creative delay like this one. So yeah, check it out if you like to do a bit of sound design, have something a bit different going on with your delays and stuff. Objeq Delay from AAS, and that'll probably get you in the running for various AAS upgrades and things like that, because they got loads of stuff. They got loads of great plugins, those guys. AAS Rs. Number 4 is... Now, number 4 was something else. I'll tell you now. But I removed it because it was a little bit misleading. There is a synth for iOS that is now available as a VST, but only the VST wrapper is free, and so the way it was added to the group, it looked like you could get a free synth, but actually you have to already own the synth, which is like $29, but then get the wrapper for free, which means you can use it as VST. So just pop back into the group and you'll find a discussion about that. But it's not on the list. I took it off the list because it's not really what it looked like. It's not a free synth. So yeah, we'll gloss over that, ignore that. Luckily spotted it at the last minute, so I just literally edited that out because I didn't want to look too silly. And that meant that up to number 4, we've got a new number 4 and a new number 5, which made it onto the list. Number 4, though, is 25% off of Other Desert Cities by Audio Damage. And now this is a case of a plugin which has made the top list, not just because it's got a discount, because 25% is it's fairly average. It's not like 80%, can't miss discount. It's 25%, which is nice, but the plugin itself is awesome. This is a new delay. Audio Damage, they do some great stuff. This is a creative delay, again with some new kind of stuff going on. So think maybe along the lines of what other creative delays we had recently. Valhalla, Supermassive, that kind of does some weird stuff you might not expect. It's into this kind of realm of the opposite end of like plugins that just do exactly what you would expect them to, of these kind of more boutique, kind of creative, unexpected result type plugins, and that's what we've got here, and I'm going to check it out pretty soon. Hopefully we'll be getting a review of that up on Audio Plugin Guide. We haven't got one yet, but everyone loves it, so it has made number 4 in the list with 25% off until the end of the month. So there you go, from Audio Damage. Those guys are good. If you follow him on Twitter, he's one of these tweeters whose his thing is just being a bit bitter and grumpy about everything. So if you like that, follow Audio Damage on Twitter, or whatever his name is, the guy who runs it. Anyway, so number 5 in at the last minute by a sneaky default because of that other one disappearing is another freebie, My Crush from Denise, and I haven't had a chance to check this out yet, but it is a bit crushing plugin, which is actually like a smaller version, like a stripped down version of a larger plugin that they've got now called Bite Harder. Great names they have, Denise there. So this is so it's the same insane bit crushing algorithm. A little bit ableist there, but we'll let it slide. It's advertising. So the same wild bit crushing algorithm from the Bite Harder drives the MyCrush plugin. The individual bit, reduce and resample dials help you gradually destroy your sounds, and the stutter fader adds a layer of creativity on top. So another one of these kind of slightly left field creative plugins. It seems that we're going this way a bit now. Like if you I'd say we're sort of going two ways. You've either got things like your sort of kilohertz ecosystem where you've got all the pure elements and you can build the wildest monsters of synth and effects out of those pure bits that do exactly what they say they do, like that's a delay, that's a phaser, blah blah blah. blah. And then you've got more of these kind of boutique-y kind of things where God knows what's going on under the hood. It's all a bit esoteric, it's all a bit artsy. More like your guitar pedals and things like that, where there's a lot of boutique guitar pedals out there that just got wild stuff going on in the circuits, and you don't really care what it's doing because it sounds great. And that's what we're seeing here, I think. Maybe that's a subject for another bit of engagement bait, but yeah, we've got like this Desert Cities. There was something recently, the granular thing from Unfiltered Audio. Bunch of plugins like this that are like coming out that are just unique, which is nice, isn't it? It's nice, and they're done for you. It's like already done for you. It's not don't create your own effects, just play around with this weird thing. So anyway, there we go. Rambling, excuse me. That is the top 5 deals of the week this week, and we also have a couple of recommendations this week. I say a couple, that means 2, in case you're one of these people that doesn't know that. A couple is 2, okay? We've actually got 3, so we've got a couple plus 1, and that is basically just a reminder that with any purchase from ADSR until the end of the month, you can get M Freeform Analog EQ. With any purchase from Plugin Boutique until the end of the month, you can get Native Instruments Freak. And speaking of Native Instruments, you can still get Contact for 124.5 euros by using this sneaky trick that producers hate you. They don't want you to know it. They don't. But anyway, regardless of the clickbait, you just buy a freebie, you get a freebie, register it, and that qualifies you for an upgrade, which is currently half price, which comes out at less than 125 euros, which is a great price for Contact. So click the link, follow the steps, get on the Contact train, and pick up all the blimmin' Contact freebies that are always like full Contact only, and everyone's like, oh god, I haven't got full Contact. Well, now you can have it, okay? Right, okay, where are we? What are we doing now? Right, that's the deals of the week, that's the recommendations. We do have a new free plugins report this week. So to show you that, we're going to hop over briefly to plugindeals.net, which is a highly recommended website and your number one source for plugin deals. And yeah, follow the social media channels because I got loads of stuff going on there. Twitter, Facebook, new plugin deals all the time, but also new plugin reports. And there is one today, which I haven't read yet, so hopefully it's top notch, makes sense. So shall we have a look what the latest plugins to cross the free plugins report by plugindeals.net radar are. Shall we have a look? Okay, let's go. These aren't in any particular order, but the first one is get Core FX Volume Former from Magix for free until September the 30th. So that's for the rest of this month. This is the Core FX Volume Former as part of the Core FX suite is available to you free of charge, and you get a full free trial version of the full suite. So I've never heard of that. What is it? Volume Former. It looks like one of these kind of sidechainy things. Is that what it is? So it's like a kind of volume envelope generator, possibly. But anyway, that's free for the rest of the month, so if that interests you, go pick it up. The latest from Spitfire Labs. I like the way they've written this. Spitfire Audio Holdings Limited. Okay, I don't know how to say this. Ondes Musicalis. So that is a new instrument for Spitfire Labs, which is a free instrument player, and they bring out new free instruments every month or so, and they're always worth checking out because they're always quite interesting, quite unique, and got a cool vibe to them. So check those out. This is one I want to grab actually. I spotted this vinyl guitar from Echo Soundworks for free, and this is it's not for Contact or anything. It is a VST-I, and it's just like a sampled guitar that was played through, recorded and pressed to vinyl, and then sampled so that you can play it yourself. So it's like a bit of a lo-fi, to excuse the buzzword again, a lo-fi guitar thing. And it says on the way it sells it is like perfect for trap or whatever the other latest trend is. But I'm sure you could use it for anything. Why just trap? They're just catering to that crowd. But anyway, enough of that. We got Movementron. I like the sound of that. Get Movementron Sequence Synth from Flandresh Tech. God, that's hard to say. Movementron is a synth that focuses on movement in space and time, from the sequenced oscillators and filters to sequenced modulation and mangling of samples. Forever free. That looks interesting. There's a lot of nice freebies popping up these days and just do weird little things. So 8-step oscillator, loop player, keyboard split. Yeah, that looks like a bit of fun. Might have to check that one out. We'll check that one out for Audio Plugin Guide at some point. We've got FerricTDS Mark II, of course, which has just been updated and re-released. OS 251 from Anson Audio for free. This is a free synth. Again, it's very simple. on the surface, but you can get some cute little sounds out of it, and that is again forever free. So that's from Anson Audio. Check it out. What does it say here? So it's a Juno-style digital subtractive synthesizer with a simple yet powerful DSP algorithm. Blah 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 blah. Again, lo-fi. That buzzword is coming everywhere. Everyone's lo-fi these days. So that is it. Okay, so I'm just gonna. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go back to full screen. I'm gonna go back to me. I hope you enjoyed this week's rambling rundown of all things APG. That's APG for Audio Plugin Guy. So yeah, talk to me about if you think I'm a big fat cheat or not, or if you are. Let's talk about cheating in music, if it's a thing or if it isn't a thing, or just how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? I want to know. Talk to me about that. And use that coupon to get Sinmad from New Softing with a 30% discount and make some fun sounds with it, and tell me what you think. Yeah, I mean, if you use these coupons, let me know as well in the comments. If you've used the coupon to get something, tell me what you think. And yeah, check out the top deals this week, check out the new freebies, and just generally have a great time. Have a great weekend. Next week is going to be a little bit special. I'm not sure if I will be doing anything at all, but if I do, you will be seeing me in a completely different place than usual, because I'm going to be in Berlin at Super Booth, and hopefully being able to take a little bit of time out to do like a, I don't know, sort of live Super Booth special deals of the week. But we'll see how that goes, because I'm going to be pretty busy. I might end up skipping a week. I don't know. We'll see. You'll have to stick around. You'll have to tune in, subscribe, click the bell, and then you'll find out. Yeah? Okay? I shall leave you at that. Non, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and you're awesome. We'll see you next time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.